Hi everyone, welcome back to Amara and Kene. My name is Kene.
My name is Amara.
So we've gotten lots of comments from our new subscribers asking us how we came to Canada. We should talk about what is Express Entry and how we applied through Express Entry to come to Canada. So in this video, we're going to talk about it. So we need you just a little bit of time, listen to us, and I believe at the end of this video, you should be able to know what we did to come to Canada.
Don't forget, we are not immigration consultants or agency.
Exactly.
We're sharing based on our experience.
Yes, of course.
And we believe that if you follow the steps we took, you can also achieve your aim of coming to Canada.
And then another thing is, all the information you need for you to apply for permanent residency in Canada can be found on IRCC website. All right. So let's get started.
Okay, so what is Express Entry? Express Entry is like an online system used by the Canada Immigration to invite skilled workers to come to Canada as permanent residents.
So under Express Entry, we have three immigration categories. Number one is Federal Skilled Worker Program, which is actually the one we came with. So Federal Skilled Worker Program is more like, federal government inviting you. You can decide to live in any province you want to. All right. And then the second one, you have a Federal Skilled Trade. So these are for people with trade certificates, right? I think it's been a while they've even invited people there. So, and then the next one is CEC, which is Canadian Experience Class. So this is basically for people already in Canada, maybe students that want to apply to permanent residency. So those are that CEC is actually for them, not for you outside of Canada.
So let's dive in. What is the first thing we did? One, we started with credential assessment. Now, you might be living outside of Canada. They want to know what is the equivalent of your credential in Canada. So you cannot just submit your certificate to go from your home country. So you need to evaluate it. Now, there are different evaluation bodies that has been provided or put out there by Canada Immigration for you to use. The most popular is World Education Services. Now, this World Education Service, for those that are not in professional fields, you can go ahead and use them. What we did was we applied to the website. Then they gave us a reference number. We went to our school and requested for a transcript to be sent to World Education Services. Now, once the transcript has been sent, they would start the process of evaluation. It could take, these days it's actually a very short process. Within 2 months you're done. If your school can release your transcript
and a certificate.
Yes, as well as your certificate. But you can go ahead and upload
it yourself. Yes,
certificate yourself. Now, once you've had that done, they've sent the transcript. The evaluation process is going to start, and they will keep you informed. Most times, or some schools do verification. The organization might want to be sure that it was actually your school that sent the transcripts themselves. So once they would ask for verification back to the school has to verify. You might want to ask, can I just get the transcript myself and send? No, your school has to send this transcript to the organization. You cannot send it yourself. Now, like I said, these are for general courses. They can use World Education Services. If you're a professional, for instance, you're a lawyer, you can decide to use ICAS. ICAS is International Qualification Assessment Service. When you use ICAS as a lawyer, if you evaluate just your LLB, you will get master's equivalent. Now, if you decide to use WES as a lawyer, you have to evaluate both your LLB and your LB. This would, then you might get 2 or more certificates. Before I go further deep into other evaluation bodies, I would like you to know that if you have ND and HND, you qualify as 2 or more certificates, right? Now, if you have bachelor's, you might want to try and maybe get another degree, or maybe go for your master's. It's all up to you. But ND and HND have a higher points than those with bachelor's. Just the way those with masters higher than ND and HND. Those with a PhD is higher than those with masters. Now, if you are a doctor, you would want to use MCC, which is Medical Council of Canada. Not just doctors. If you study veterinary medicine, dentistry, podiatry, optometry, all those medical fields, you want to check, you might use MCC. If you are a pharmacist, use PEBC, Pharmacy Examining Board of Canada. And the last one you can consider is CES, Comparative Education Services, University of Toronto. So all these things are listed on the IRCC website. You can check them out there.
Yeah. So that's it. The next thing to do is language proficiency.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can either use English language or you use French language. So in our own case, we wrote IELTS, which is an English language proficiency test. So we wrote IELTS. But right now, I think they have a PTE. There's also IELTS. There's also CELPIP. Yes, CELPIP. So these three, you can write either of these three for English language proficiency. And for those that want to write French, there's STEF and then there's TCF, sorry. So we can use either one of them. So when we did our own, like I told you, we wrote IELTS and the points were relatively better than right now, right? So in case you wrote English language proficiency test, which is IELTS, PTE or CELPIP, and then you feel like your points is not enough, you can as well go and learn French language and also write the test just to increase your points. That is good.
So the French test is as good as the IELTS.
Yes.
These days they're inviting more.
They're inviting, yes, exactly. So they're inviting more of French language speakers. So you can actually take advantage of that. Learn your French language because it's actually one of the targeted. What's the word again? That people that are really inviting right now. So you can take advantage of that and then learn your French language, and then hope to be invited.
Yeah, don't forget, if you're writing IELTS, there are 2 ways you can write IELTS for now.
Yeah, so for IELTS, you can write computer-based or paper-based. So in our own turn, I think my wife wrote, she wrote twice because we did the first one, we didn't get the score we were looking for. So she did paper-based all through. And then my own, I wrote 3 times. So the first one was paper-based, second one was computer-based. I don't advise anyone to write computer-based, honestly. And then the last one I wrote was paper-based. So paper-based is better unless if you know how to handle computer very well, then maybe, but I really don't advise someone to do computer-based.
Yeah. If you're looking for IELTS materials to study or French materials, they are online.
Yeah.
We also have some materials on IELTS
on our YouTube channel, so you can just go ahead and scroll down and check it out.
Yeah. So these are the 2 things you actually need.
Exactly. Language proficiency and evaluating of your credentials.
Now, once you have these 2 things, you can go ahead and create
Express entry profile.
Yeah.
Right. So it's as easy as that. I know it sounds so easy, but then couldn't be easy though. So just go ahead and do it. These are the 2 major things you need for you to create, Express entry profile.
Yeah. Don't forget there are other requirements, but these are the major requirements. Like if you the work experience.
Yes.
Chipping on that.
Oh yeah. So you need 3 years work experience to get. Now listen, you might be seeing that you need 6 months work experience, 1 year work experience, but you need 3 years work experience for you to be able to get all the points for work experience. Remember, Express entry is a point-based application.
Yeah.
You're gonna get points for your age. So if you are 29 years down, probably gonna get more points than someone above 30. Because once you clock 30, you start losing points. So points for your study, for your age, points for your English language, language proficiency, points for the qualification you have, academic qualifications that you have. So these are graded into points, right? So like she said, we have OND HND, right? So we got points for 2 or more certificates, right? So if you have only BSc, chances are you can go for your masters or try and see if you can get OND or something to add to it.
Now, once you start creating your profile, you are not uploading any documents yet.
Yes.
You just need those 2 things, like we said. Without those 2 things, you will not be able to create a profile.
Yeah.
I know you might want to go and try and create a profile, but there are numbers, specific numbers on the certificate you would get
Yes.
from your language proficiency certificate and your education credential assessment certificate. Those two numbers would help you proceed when creating a profile.
Now, maybe I forgot something. So on your IELTS specifically, you know there are 4 modules on IELTS. You have listening, you need to try as much as you can to score 8.5. You have reading, 8/9 is fine. Then listening and writing, if you can get 7.5 on both of them, that's fine. With this score, 8.5 in listening, 8 in reading, 7.5 in the writing and the speaking, you get all the maximum points for English language proficiency. For that of French, of course, they have their own, right? So I think B also, I'm not so conversant with it, so you can make that research on your own and then get the required score you need.
Yes. So after you create the profile, you'll be in the pool. The pool is everybody that has created profile, Express Entry profile. They are waiting to be invited. Normally, back then, invitation used to happen every 2 weeks, but now we can't even really state how it happens. You can just wake up one day and there's a draw somewhere. So you can keep up with the rounds of invitation on the IRCC website. You'll be notified, or you would, when you check, you would see when they've done a draw. They will tell you the points that were selected. So for instance, if they do a draw and they said they are taking all French speakers, they will take those that have 430 and above. Let's say your score is 430 and they said for today we're doing French speaker invitation 430. So everybody that scores 430 and above that has French will be invited. Once you are invited, that's when you actually start the application process. You would need to gather your documents.
Gather your reference for your workplace. Remember we said 3 years, right? So you're able to get all the points. So you get your reference from your workplace. You also have you also do medical, police certificates. So you also upload you see all those IELTS certificates or IELTS of French. Then your West evaluation certificate, whichever one you did, Then your degree certificate, you need to scan all these certificates and then upload, right? You will see all the placeholder for you to upload each and every one of them. If you have letter of explanation, maybe there's something you need to explain to them, you can write a letter of explanation. There's also a placeholder for that, and then you can upload it. A whole lot of documents to be uploaded, and try not to, if you are husband and wife, please try not to mix Kenneth's own on Amara's own. So keep a separate folder for everything about your husband, keep a separate folder for everything about your wife. Any slightest mistake, they're looking for ways to disqualify you. So if you put Kenneth's IELTS in Amara's IELTS, that's it. You're done.
They might not ask you to send anything
so just try not to make that mistake.
And also this is an opportunity. If you have children, you put in their passport information. They will also need to do their medical. Don't forget the most important thing, there's actually proof of funds for this process. How much you need for your family, either you're a single applicant or a family of 2 or you're a family of 3, 10, the amount is on IRCC website.
Wherever you go there, all these details are there. So go there, check it out yourself. Check the conversion rates with your currency back home, and then they're all there.
You would need to show the proof that you actually have this money. That means if it's in your bank account, you need to collect your bank statement and reference, and you upload it as well. It is very important.
And the essence of that proof of fund is for you, when you land here, that money, they've done the calculation to know that the proof of fund, if it's for family of 2, you know that amount will sustain you for the next 6 months if you move to Canada in case you don't get a job. So that's important. So that proof of fund is very important. So try to have yours, come here with it just in case you don't get job on time.
After you gather your documents, you submit. Now you need to make payments.
So the payments are changing. So unfortunately, I don't have the correct figure with me right here. So but like I said, all these details are on the IRCC website. But one thing I know is for application fee, if you are, let's say you're a family of 4, husband, wife, 2 children. Husband and wife, the application fee is always the same thing, and then for children, it's also the same thing. Children don't do biometrics, but husband and wife does biometrics. That one is about $85. Then there's also a fee called right to permanent residency fee. Children don't pay for that, but husband and wife, adults of course also pay for that.
So once you've paid, submit your application. You'll be waiting to hear back from RCC. The first information you might get is they will tell you if you passed your biometrics, or they might send you to do medicals, because these days you might not be able to do the medical before you submit your application. Okay, so you've submitted, just wait for RCC. They will give you, they will let you know. You can find the processing time online as well, how long it takes. So you don't contact them until that processing time is above. You can always give them a call, or you can raise a web form to ask them questions about your application.
Hopefully you don't need to do this. Hopefully your application gets approved in a week or two, or even a month. So we don't wish for you to stay as long as ours did. Stay for 14 months. So there you have it. These are the things we did for us to come here as permanent residents. And once you're landing here as permanent residents. And after 3 years of living consecutively in Canada, you're eligible to apply for citizenship. For citizenship. So you have it now. So we wish you all the best. And if you have any question, please feel free to throw it in the comment section for us. We'll definitely answer you. And then to our returning subscribers and those that asked for this video, I hope this was explained properly. If you have any question, like we said, comment section is there. Right? Let us know. Like this video. Returning subscribers, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you guys for supporting us, and thank you so much. My name is Kene.
My name is Amara.
Her name is Amara. We'll see you guys on our next video. Bye.